I just wanted to come on here and just talk to you guys about this whole situation with Liz and Landon. Ignore the background. I know it's not cute, but you know what? I just wanted a place to speak and talk about this. First of all, I want to say a lot of people are over here blaming Liz because she's supposed to be a popular manifester. She's supposed to be someone who coaches women on picking better for themselves. The first thing I'm going to say is she's a fucking human. She's a human, and because of how she is, like, she's an open-hearted, good person, she saw the best in Landon. There's no way that she dated this man and, like, just said, oh, you know what, he has a bunch of red flags, let me go ahead and date him. The thing about it is, as human beings, if you are fat, okay, and you're trying to go on a diet, your brain will always tell you, hey, maybe you could start that diet tomorrow, or it's not that big a deal if you just have one bite. Your brain is like one of the biggest manipulators of them all. You know, if it wants you to do a bad habit, if it wants you to be around certain people, it will justify every single thing that person does. And I feel like that's the same thing that happened with Liz. She's a human being, so she cannot in any way, shape, or form be opposed to manipulation. She's a freaking human being. She's going to fall for shit just like every other person. And one of the things that people are calling Landon is Joe Goldberg. He studied this girl. He found a way to go on an oncoming flight that she was going to, like, she was going to Ibiza or some place, and he was able to stalk her to the point where, you know, she met up with him, and it was such a huge coincidence that he created that she thought the universe wanted them to be together. And you know what? I feel like in some ways this probably wasn't like the worst relationship ever, because he did teach her how to open up in love. You know, we're seeing the negativity, like, oh, he cheated. But he did teach her how to love. You know, he did give her a little bit of a positive relationship until she saw the full truth. And it's a lesson. It's a lesson for her specifically, but it's also a lesson for all of us that we shouldn't be listening to, you know, YouTubers like myself and other people like Liz, and thinking that their life is always going to be perfect and that they are amazing human beings that are robotic and like they never make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, okay? And from that mistake, she will be able to teach other women what signs to not fall for in the future. This was meant for her to happen. This isn't the worst thing ever. It was meant for her to grow. And she's pregnant. She's going to be a great mom. Okay, she was already a great wife. We'll see if she continues pursuing this relationship. But I think one of her things is that she doesn't want to be with a person who cheats. But listen, she has every single right not to date this man. That being said, for me personally, I think humans are human beings. One thing that I believe, and this is what I manifest, is I believe that men are cheaters. All men cheat. All men cheat. Now, Landon was definitely weird because he stalked her. He gained her trust. Like, this was planned out. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing from the get-go. From the minute that he saw her, he knew, I'm going to play this game long and smart. Give her a baby. Get her married. And then I'm going to fuck with her in her face. But guess what? A lot of men think that just because a woman has babies, look at Cardi B, that woman will stay and tolerate the cheating and the disrespect. Not every woman is built like that, especially successful women. Broke women, women who ain't got no money, women who ain't got nothing going for themselves, usually stay because they have to. Because they don't believe that they're beautiful. They don't believe that they're worthy. But then it gets to a point where a woman will look at herself and be like, no, I'm drop dead gorgeous. I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm rich. Or I'm gonna be rich, or I'm successful, you know, I'm a high achiever. I don't have to stay with this cheating bastard ass man. I'm out, even if I have 3, 4, 5, 10 babies with them. Every single time Offset cheated on Cardi, or she found out, he purposely impregnated her. And he thought the last time she was going to stay. Now he asked it for spousal support. Oh, Lord. And it just goes to show, ladies, all men do. Most men cheat. And most women cheat. And it's never, ever, ever your fault when it happens. It's never your fault. And you should never feel the type of way. Everyone's like, oh, it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. How can you ever feel the type of way over another person's actions? Over another man's actions, another woman's actions. If you tolerate it, then tolerate it. But if you don't tolerate it, move on. It's not the end of the world. Maybe you were put on this life for you to experience that shit, so that maybe you could do things in the future a different type of way. But it's not a big deal. And with Liz, she's going to bounce back from this. Okay, she might even find somebody within a few months to a year or years. She'll find herself. She'll find her lover, because I think she's a lover girl. And she doesn't have to stay with a loser like him. And also, it's like people are like, oh, I gave up on love. I gave up on love. Landon wasn't the worst. It's not like he was an abuser. You could still be, with someone. They're always going to make it a mistake, whether it's something small, like not remembering someone's birthday is huge, but whether it's, I don't know, something small, like they call you a different name, something large, they cheat on you, something small, they buy something under both of your names without telling you, that's big. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to make mistakes, and basically what I'm trying to say is, when another grown-ass human makes a mistake, don't internalize it and say, oh, it's your fault. Or don't look at the next bitch when she gets cheated on or he gets cheated on and look at them and be like, damn, something's wrong with them because of someone else's actions. Damn, something's wrong with me because of someone else's actions. The only thing that you can control is yourself. You, yourself, and you. And there is no guarantee that your spouse will never cheat on you. So, make sure that, because cheating is a liability that can happen, you just pick the perfect person in other aspects, like how they treat you. Okay? How are you growing with them? Are you gaining anything for being with them? Because you understand the stakes are high when it comes to getting your heart broken. So you make sure that you are attuned for prior to that, if you know what I'm saying. That's all I gotta say, girl. Adios.